more awake this time. We're doing another battle report. I'm playing Orks. What are you playing, Ski Mask Mohawk?
I'm playing Chaos.
What are you playing, Leopard?
I'm playing Farsight Enclave.
Awesome. So yeah, I have two 1500 point Orc lists, and they each have a 1500 list. And we're going to play each other.
So I'm letting it. I'm taking 1500 points of Farsight Enclave for this game. And we choose our warlord traits because we can add a lot more. We can make them useful that way. And we can actually add legitimate narrative. So for my army, starting off with the commander, he's got 2 plasma guns, a shield, and feel no pain. And the warlord trait for him is Conqueror of Cities. He's with a crisis squad with twin-linked plasma guns. I've got another crisis squad with twin-linked plasma guns, 2 with twin-linked missile launchers, and 1 with twin-linked fusion blasters. I was worried somewhat about battle wagons. There's 3 XV9 suits with dual twin-linked burst cannons that are all independent, and then 3 broadsides with high-yield missile pods and smart missile systems that are all independent. And the Riptide with ion accelerator and twin-linked plasma guns. And everything has interceptor except for the fusion blasters and the commander.
I'm playing Chaos Space Marines, and my warlord trait is Scorelord. For my only HQ choice, I took Typhus because he's awesome. Followed by that, I took 35 zombies, and I just used a bunch of my cultist models for those because fuck buying fantasy zombies. Next, I have 2 squads of 10 Plague Marines with Melta Plasma, and the Surgeons have Power Fist and Combi Meltas. And I have 8 Chosen just with the starter set shit, so Power Axe, Power Maul, Lightning Claws, Power Fist. And then I have 5 Warpons because I think they're cool. And pretty much it. No fucking Helldrakes because they're gay pussies.
Okay, so I'm playing 2 Orc lists. And both of my warlords have immovable objects so that I can score with them to forge a narrative. So we got my own customized Mad Doc Grotsnick there. Probably not going to put him in a squad because of his whole psychic rage phenomenon of having to go to the nearest unit. I've got 4 Mega Knobs with combi Scorches all around, and they're actually counting as troops because narrative. I got a truck, just a truck for them to go around. These guys cannot start in their truck, but they 4 Scorches, and then the one Mega Knob, or no, was it Mech Boy with his KMB or whatever. And this truck actually belongs to another unit, but they'll hop into it the first turn. Back here's, we got Labas with, these are my MO runs, so let me reroll scatter. I got the 6 of them, so I didn't take any additional crew, and I got a run third to babysit them. Don't need a lot of them because they're toughness 7. Moving on, we got my Whore Boss on a buck. He's got Scorelord, so I didn't make these guys troops because he'll probably be with them. I got 4 big choppers, 1 Power Claw, Wag Banner, and of course I got my Pain Boy there. 3 separate copters. Now 2 of them have Buzzsaws and Cyborg Body to forge a narrative. I got 10 Hard Boys because I'm literally struggling to make it to the points we're having to play. But we all know how worth their points there. Then I got these awesome, cool Killicans in a squad of 2 with Grotsukas. My other warlord with movable object is a Mega Armored War Boss. He's got a Tack Squig, Boss Pole, Cyborg Body. Moving down here, this is a troop choice. It's a Knob squad. I got a Knob with a Power Claw and a Wag Banner, 4 Knobs with the big choppers, and then Pain Boy. They all have heavy armor, and they're in a battle wagon with Death Rolla Cannon, Big Shooter, heavy armor, and Grot Rigger, I believe. 10 boys with a Big Shooter. 19 boys with a Knob, and then there's a Big Shooter in there. The Knob's got heavy armor, Boss Pole, Power Claw. I got 10 Ludas. There's 3 mechs, 2 of the mechs with missiles or rocket or whatever, and then 1 mech with Big Shooter. And they're, of course, in this big boy here. It's got Big Shooter and a cannon. Well, of course, the battle wagon. I've got identical squad here, so it's the 4 Scorches and then the 1 mech with the KMB, and they're borrowing the truck from the boys who won't be missing it. Another squadron here, 2 Killicans with Grotzukas, 3 separate Defcopters, and the big mob of boys, I forgot to mention, is in this battle wagon that's got 2 rocket launches and a big shooter. And that is my 3,000 points, which is really two 1,500 point lists. So yeah, Forged narrative. Alright, so like all decent people, we talk about the terrain before we play a game. We might even come to some kind of agreement about the terrain before we play a game. The collective agreement between the three of us, the participants in this game, are as follows. So we got a lot of solid buildings, like this guy for example. This is really just impassable, you can't go through it. If you're a jump infantry, a jet bike, a skimmer, you can get on top in some way, you can get up there. Otherwise you can't. We have a lot of ruins. Now we play the ruins as you can't melt through walls. So if there's a big gap, like right there, you can go right on through. But windows, you can shoot through them, you certainly can't assault through them, you gotta go around. We also play it where the doors, you can melt through, but if someone's blocking it, obviously you can't, you get LOS to assault now. We know how that goes. We got some low cover on the board, you'll see like sandbags, the occasional low ruin wall. If they're small and can be moved, they're what we call destructible. A vehicle just drives over it, takes as dangerous. If it passes, you pull it off. You take one dangerous for each section you're trying to take down. We see some Imperial statuaries on the board. They're not actually Imperial statuaries because that's fucking stupid. But basically, yeah, mixture of ruins and more solid buildings. Not much more to say, really. We ended up with Vanguard Strike. We don't really like Vanguard Strike, especially on a dense urban table. So we elected to play 5th at corners. So the center of the board is right here. For objectives, the Xeno/Chaos team put one in this building here. You can't quite see it. Put also one over there near the church. The Orc player, who is me, put an objective here where there's a couple firing lanes that can see it. And I felt like being a good sport. And then my other two objectives are here, and this is of course my corner. And I will be deploying and going first, so we will see you after my deployment. Alright, so my deployment is done. Deploying 3,000 points of Orks in a corner is interesting. So we got the boys in the battle wagon here, Knobs in the battle wagon here, Luda's in the battle wagon back there, forging narratives. We got the Burninators ready to hop into the trucks that weren't initially theirs. One Def Copter hiding there. Mega Knobs in the truck there. Other Def Copter hiding back there. Down yonder, we got the Knobs Bikers. Gonna fuck some shit up. In the back here, we got 2 kilo cans kind of defending there. 10 boys. The Labas, sorry. Grotsnick is there because he's got to run towards closest enemy anyway. Got the 2 more cans. Our boys are babysitting this objective, and yeah. For my reserves as the Orc player, I have elected to put all 4 of these independent copters for outflank.
Nurgle and Tau armies have now been deployed, and in this quarter, we didn't have nearly as much to deploy as Orcs do, so we managed to fit it in a lot better. On our right flank, we've got a broadside here.
35 zombies with typhus.
They're sitting on the objective, which is inside this building. And we've got a peek and shoot missile squad.
And then over here we have 10 Plague Marines, and I got reroll armor saves for his Gift of Chaos, so they're going to try to go for that objective.
So the Riptide is deployed here in the hopes that he can either pop out and shoot or maybe jump onto the building if he has to. I've got both plasma squads, one right behind the Riptide here and one back here, as well as the commander. They're more of a counterattack unit, so I'm going to be holding them back and seeing where they need to go because they're fairly maneuverable. One broadside's in the building, he's got good line of sight out the windows in the front. And the other broadside is right beside the tower. And then there's another peek and shoot missile squad in the back.
I have 3 units in reserve, 2 of which will be walking on the board, and 1 will be deep striking. The 10-man Plague Marine squad and the 8-man Chosen will be walking on to take advantage of our very long board edge and the objective close to it. And the Warp Talons will be deep striking because they have the effect that blinds when they come down. So hopefully it'll blind Orcs because of their low initiative.
The tower reserves it's only 4 units. First is a crisis suit with a crisis team with twin link fusion blasters. They're hoping to pop a battle wagon or 2. And then the 3 independent XV9 suits will all be deep striking as well. And then hopefully just reap some orcs from the behind.
So it's the end of the Orks' turn 1. So as far as what happened, well, the Orks advanced, as you can see. Let's start here, for example. The Death Roller Battle Wagon and the truck full of Meganobs moved up. And this copter also moved up. This battle wagon back here full of looters fired down the lane towards Typhus, killing one cultist, and Typhus banked the rest of them because forging a narrative. This battle wagon full of boys moved up close to that objective. The burners got in their trucks and moved around yonder to prepare for an onslaught from the other guys, the enemies. Over here, the bikes moved up and then chose to fire at the Plague Marines, doing nothing. This copter turbo boosted over there. These Killicans just moved up. The units back here holding objectives just chilled, and the Labas targeted the Plague Marines, but then it scattered onto Letnit's leader, and he managed to pass a feel no pain so that he didn't get a wound. So I have not killed a single model, which is okay. Oh no, I did kill one model, yeah. Cultist. So, Red Banner first turn for the Orks. We'll see you at the end of Chaos and Tau turn 1.
It's the end of Tau and Nurgle turn 1. And we had somewhat of an eventful turn. The Riptide jumped up on the building. Some of my crisis suits managed to pop the truck that the Mega Armored Knobs are riding in. The Riptide fired everything into the Mega Armored Knobs and still only managed to inflict 1 wound due to me rolling more ones than I thought possible. The broadsides managed to inflict 2 wounds on the Knob Bikers. And then everything else was just mostly jockeying around to try to get into position.
Alright, for me, I shot at the Knob Bikers, inflicting 4 wounds, but only causing 1 in total. And I just moved my Cultist and Typhus up to secure the midfield. That's pretty much it. So see you at the end of Orc turn 2.
So, it's the end of Orcs turn 2. For reserves, 2 of my outflanking copters came in, both on this edge here. Overall, I pushed up the center road here with the walking dudes there. What are they called? Mega Knobs. And these knobs moved up 6, hopped out, and assaulted Typhus's unit. It was a rather large melee, and I lost a single Mega Knob and killed plenty occultist, as you can rightly see. Over yonder, I moved up there 6 inches and fired rockets at the broadside, doing nothing. The flamer units, which are kind of just on defense against deep strikers, just took a central position, hoping to cause some mishaps if they scatter. These poor souls moved up 6, tried to run, moved another inch again, they're quite slow. My copters over here all fired at Letnit's Tau Commander and did a wound to him. My other copter fired up into the building at the Riptide and did nothing, but overall feeling pretty good. Still a lot of stuff for reserves to come in for the enemy, so it could get very interesting very quickly. So, oh yeah, there's this combat here that I charged the Plague Marines. I lost a biker or 2, I think, and then I killed, what, 7 Marines? Or 6 or 7 Plague Marines, I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, so we'll see you at the end of Tau and Nurgle turn 2.
So it's the end of Tau and Nurgle turn 2. And some stuff transpired.
We had many units come in from reserve. By many, I mean less than half. My Warp Talons came down right there, failing to blind any of the Orcs in combat, unfortunately. And my Chosen came in the far side of the board, just skulking around, trying to go in the backfield.
Of my 4 reserves, I had a single unit come in, one of my lone XV9s, that deep struck down and managed to kill 1 Death Copter. Yeah. So in the movement phase, I generally just moved up all my suits to kind of get into position to better shoot. I kind of tried to keep them within 6 inches of each other so that I can get more support fire, but then I didn't end up being charged anyway. And then I jumped the Riptide down and charged him into combat, and he did no damage, but then made 3 5+ invul saves because I hadn't turned on the shield, so I'll still count that as a win.
For that combat, Typhus smoked Drotsnik with his Man Reaper and then got +1 strength for his Gift of Chaos. And the zombies managed to kill a Knob in combat. And other than that, Typhus just took a wound and some zombies died, but who cares about them? Oh. And then further down over here, my unit of Plague Marines got killed in combat with the Knobs, so that's too bad, but these things happen. So we'll see you at the bottom of Orcs turn 3.
So it's the end of Orcs turn 3. For reserves, I rolled for my 2 remaining copters who were outflanking. They did not come in. Game-wise, well, over here, this battle wagon moved up 12 and snap fired, and I think he killed 1 dude. These 2 guys, cans, moved up 6 or so, kind of covering the butts there. There's still a lot of disruption coming down. These homies went that way, the Scorcher dudes, or whatever they're called, Burner Boys. Other squad of Burner Boys drove up here behind the battle wagon. The wagon itself fired at the broad side and didn't do anything. The combat was kind of fucked up. So yeah, apparently you just stay out of coherency for fucking ever and use challenges for bullshit. So basically I just lost my 3 Mega Knobs to Typhus, who was a pimp. But he only has 1 wound left, so that makes me happy. The Riptide heroically got freaked out and left combat, but didn't go off the board, so he's just chilling on top of the building. I killed quite a few cultists, like 8 or 9 cultists or something, so that was good. Overall, you know, winning. And then my bikes, they moved and they attacked the, what are those things called, Claire? Chaos things.
Warp Talons.
Warp Talons. They killed the Warp Talons, and or a couple of them, and then yeah, it's still going on. Kill can over here fired at Lutnit's XV9, but had failed to do anything. Down yonder, the Luta or Labas fired and really hit the Chosen. I think got 14 hits on him. I ended up only killing the champion, but they got pinned, so that's cool. So yeah, things are going pretty good for the Orcs. I feel good for now, at least. We'll see you at the end of Chaos and Tau turn 3.
It's the end of Tau and Nurgle turn 3. So some stuff happened this turn, some good, some bad. So over here, the XV9, with the help of a broadside from beyond the building, destroyed the last Killacan. These crisis suits, they're just coming around the building to hopefully kill something next turn. Not too much. This broadside just moved up because he had no targets.
In combat here, I killed the Pain Boy off with this last guy, but the champion died in the challenge, but he's still holding them up. Over here, Typhus and the War Boss killed each other, so that was pretty funny. But the last of the zombies got killed by the Knobs, and they moved down here right in front of all the firepower, so see what goes on.
And if you notice a lack of Riptide right here, that's because it managed to fail its leadership test and fall back off the board, thus killing itself.
Full wounds.
It hadn't taken a wound yet. Over here, the Fusion Blaster squad came in from reserve, deep struck behind the battle wagon, popped it, took out 6, and then all the missiles from this side managed to come in and kill a whole bunch of the boys. So they're now pinned because they went to ground. 1 XV9 deep struck here and killed 3 of the 5 Burnus. 2 only survived because they went to ground and rolled 6s. And up here where the last XV9 came down, he deep struck on top of there, past all the dangerous and everything, and then fired at the boys holding the objective in that corner. Killed 3 I believe, but they went to ground. Now they're and they passed their leadership test, so they didn't fall back. So that's everything that's happened in our turn so far. So we will see you at the end of Orc turn 4.
It's the end of Orcs turn 4. And it's going okay. I had my other 2 copters come in, which came in from this edge. Came in, shot this guy. Don't think they wounded him, but they tried. Cans over here moved up a little bit, also shot at him, causing a wound. This battle wagon shot at the XV9 that was here, killed it. These our boys moved up, tried to shoot him, but didn't do anything. He was dead afterwards. Lorenzo Labas shot at these missile suits there, but I don't think they did anything, or maybe wound or something, I can't remember. They did one wound, right?
I passed all the saves, yeah.
There's a wound on the guy, though. Is that from that?
Did I fail one?
I think you failed one. Anyway, there's a wound on him, so.
No, that was from a difficult terrain test.
Okay. The battle wagon came around the corner. The guys hopped inside of it for the safety from all the missiles. I killed the last remaining Zinchian dude there. Warp Talon moved here. This whole flank is so-so. The cans are dead, but what can you do? What else? Over here, the Burnas got out and then assaulted the crisis suits that were here and killed them. One remaining there ran towards the other guy. These cats are just chilling near the objective, doing their thing. And yeah, so far I'm still controlling 3 objectives. That's good. They have Warlord, I have Warlord. There's still 2 more in play. So we'll see you at the end of Nurgle and Tau turn 4.
So this is the bottom of Tau and Chaos turn 4. Starting over here, my reserves finally came in automatically, and they blew up the battle wagon that was there.
A bunch of my Tau fired at them, but managed to only inflict 1 wound on them because they went to ground and area terrain. But at least they can't do anything next turn. There's a bunch of maneuvering, just moving stuff up. These guys jump back onto the objective. And
The lack of a war boss.
oh yeah, there's a war boss that's missing there because I had a lot of plasma and other shooting. So he went down along with the last biker, so that's second warlord.
My chosen, who were finally unpinned, came around here and just killed off the burner boys who were skulking around.
My XV9 over there killed the last burner boy from that one squad and then just thrusted away to try to survive.
So that was pretty much it for our turn. And see you at the bottom of Orc turn 5.
Oh, it's the end of Orcs turn 5. Let's see here. So I killed the next V9 that was there, and that was from the Gradzukas behind here. They also scattered and took out, I believe, 1 of the Chosen. Over here, truck moved up, shoot on the Chosen, didn't do anything. These guys pulled back, still within 3 of the objective, just trying to hug some line of sight blocking terrain for their own good. This thing of Luda's shot and killed 1 of the crisis suits over there yonder. He turbo boosted over there. The Labas shot them, didn't actually hit the crisis suits, hit him, didn't do anything. Those guys who were pinned shot and did a wound on the missile suits up on top of the ruin. So yeah, it's getting close, getting interesting. We'll, oh yeah, I used 1 copter to charge the Plague Marines over there and didn't do anything and got killed. Helped them move closer to my objective. Awesome. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I still hold 3 objectives, they hold 2, but they also have 2 warlords in First Blood. So it's 9-9, or 9-10 for me right now. So we'll see you at the end of Chaos and Tau turn 5.
It's the end of Tau and Nurgle turn 5. And some good stuff transpired this turn for us. So starting out over here, the knobs that were here got wiped out by this circle of Tau that is now surrounding them.
It's like the 4th spear expansion.
4th.
Over here, I charged his Orc boys and killed them all in assault, so I have that objective. And I charged his truck just to gain some extra movement for my chosen. And didn't explode it, just wrecked it. Pretty funny. But that's about it. Game went on to turn 6.
So we'll see you at the end of Orc turn 6.
So it is the end of Orc turn 6. Things are looking kind of bad. Starting over here, Cans moved up, fired everything they could at the Plague Marines. This also fired everything. I think I killed 5 or 6, I don't know. But they're fearless, of course. So yeah, this whole area is not in a good spot. Still holding 2 objectives though. Moving down yonder, I had a copter that was kind of sneaky here out of LOS. Moved here, still out of LOS of that to deny him the bullshit. And then charged, got into combat, caused a wound on him, and then took a wound back, and then died unfortunately because I had 1 wound left. So the bullshit is running out. Basically, this is going to be nearly impossible to make into a victory, but who knows, there might be a turn 7. We'll see you at the end of Chaos and Tau turn 6.
It's the bottom of Tau and Nurgle turn 6 now? Yeah, 6. God.
And it's going to turn 7.
Yep.
Pretty much, Chosen ran up, charged the squad of kill cans, and then wrecked it, causing it to become impassable terrain, and then preventing the 3-inch pile-in from the second can of the unit, so combat got broken there. Kind of amusing.
Tau just moved around, distributed a little bit to try to get to more objectives. That's about all I did, actually.
Yeah.
I shot a little, nothing happened from it though.
Yeah. Pretty short turns, so see you at the bottom of Orc turn 7.
It's the end of Tau, or no, Orc. Orc turn 7. Probably can't win this one, but I came back a little bit. So over here, Domo Khan, as I've come to call him, charged the Chosen and killed 1 of them, I think, or something, or 2 of them. The looters got out after moving the 6 inches in the battle wagon, charged here and killed 2 Plague Marines and lost 5, but they passed the Leadership 5 test, which is retarded, so we're still in combat. That's cool. Still holding 2 objectives back here, which is good. Fired my lavas over here, scattered wide, couldn't do anything. Yeah, so I'll take those now. That's basically it for Orc turn 7. The score currently is, I think, like 7-5, or no, 7-9 from the bad guys, or the good guys. So, yeah, we'll see you at the end of Tau and Chaos turn 7.
Finally, the end of the game. And, here. Charged the Ludas, killed them off, took the objective.
I moved the Crisis team over in case the last Plague Marine died, so we'd have another troop choice there. Center right here, the XV9 jumped over the wall, shot through the door, killed 2 boys, they fell back off of that objective, and then he thrusted over to get line breaker.
Just, you know, to really make sure we...
These guys just stayed on their objective, and everything else pretty much just held. I moved up 2 broadsides to fire snapshots at the Ard boys to try to get them to fall back as well, but only killed 1, so it's not 25%.
So, end result was 14-4 for victory points for...
13-4.
13-4, sorry.
Yeah, we had 3 objectives, 2 Warlords, Linebreaker, and First Blood.
Yeah.
And the Orcs had 1 objective and Warlord. The MVP for the Tau is definitely going to have to be the 1 XV9. He deep struck down, killed a Death Copta, moved over, killed another Death Copta, and then at the end, he got the 1 unit off of an objective and managed to get Linebreaker as well. So he scored us 4 victory points single-handedly. There's no doubt that the Riptide has to be the epic fail for the Tau. He put 1 wound on a Mega Armored Knob, took 1 hull point off a battle wagon, and then fell back off the table with full wounds. So he just failed.
My MVP for Chaos would be Typhus. He killed Mad Dog Rotsnick, killed one of the warlords in Mega Armored, and killed all the Mega Armored knobs. So right there, he killed a shit ton of stuff and tanked a ton of wounds at the same time. So my epic fail of the game would actually be my one squad of Plague Marines. They took like 6 wounds from bikers and just died to them. Like nothing that ignored saves, just armor. Died within like 2 rounds of combat. So that's my epic fail.
So my MVP would be my non-bikers. They died in the end, but they killed quite a bit, and I feel as though they performed adequately given their stature in life. So yeah, MVP. So my epic fail for the game would be my Ludas. They're just kind of shitty. It was nice to have the range, but Orks are not exactly renowned for their shooting, and they just constantly kind of fucked the dog. I mean, for the amount of shots they got, like, you'd get like a couple wounds on a unit, so yeah, they're basically just my epic fail. So, it's the end of the game. It's time to discuss the game and all the post things of that sort. Carl, I'll start with your thoughts on the game since I keep arguing. It's late.
Everything in my army pulled its weights.
Especially that Riptide.
Except for the Riptide.
It was doing okay until it wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have done better if I'd taken that one unit with flamers instead of the fusion blasters, because it did manage to pop the transports. It is well known that Orks are quite an OP codex right now, so it is quite miraculous that we did manage to defeat them with such an underpowered...
Yeah, turn 7 win. It was like very close for us too.
Yeah, with an underpowered army like Farsight Enclave, I mean, there's not much I could have done, and everything just went my way.
I didn't have any...
We definitely forged the narrative.
No Helldrakes. I don't know how I was supposed to win without it.
I only had 1 Riptide.
Shit.
Clearly, you don't play fluffy lists. So. Clearly, I mean, your thoughts on that?
I mean, like, most of my units performed, like, acceptably, except for the one Plague Marine squad. Like, they kind of died to what, like, just basic attacks.
So. Just decided they didn't want to use their armor?
Yeah, it was kind of shit. But, like, I don't know. Cultists and Typhus held up, like, the Death Stars.
Typhus is Typhus. I hated the whole, though, like, being out of coherency for, like, 2 or 3 turns and having it not matter at all, apparently. So I've got, like, whole units that, like, can't attack even though they're within base of the unit. Like, I fucking hate challenges so much. But, apparently everyone in the 41st millennium is, like, a southern gentleman now, so...
Why would you not be?
I did okay earlier in the game. I was too needlessly aggressive. Like, I should have just been more pensive because...
It's what happens when you have the 3 objectives, you're like, oh, I don't have to, like...
Yeah, I was way too callous on this side, and then I left, like, the whole board edge way too open. So, I don't know. I think it's just I went way more aggressive than I needed to. And although the fight with Typhus was a decent stalling tactic because it kind of kept the Tau... insulated.
Yeah.
They move so fast anyway with the fucking zooming and shit.
Zooming.
Whatever. The thrust move.
The thrust move.
Yeah.
Sorry. The anal thrusting. So, I don't know. I just overextended for no real purpose. And I think it was just like, when you're an orc and you see that close combat is viable, and really just in 6th edition you see like a close combat is viable, you're like, I remember this. I have fond memories of these.
Man, yeah. As soon as we started piling in like the 35 zombies and Typhus on like the mini orcs, we're like, remember back in 5th ed when this was awesome?
That happened?
And then we started like getting into the challenges, and it's like, so Typhus is surrounded by the 1 squad, but the zombies got killed off, and I'm blocking off all the power claws. And then, he can get hurt, but I'll bounce them to the guys within 6, and he isn't dead yet.
It's worth pointing out, too, that, like, if it wasn't for the way we play terrain with an inordinate amount of line of sight blocking, I don't think I'd have a chance. Because what shot in my list, other than, like, the occasional annoying 3-shot big shooter or something, like...
They did shoot.
I was like,
the
Mogadishu militia with my blind firing, so...
The Labas?
Yeah, the Labas were...
But if you played like most people with melting through walls, you could have done better that way.
The beelining is not fun. There's no tactics there.
You can just bite through them.
Yeah, well, great.
I mean, I don't know. I think it obviously helped me. It helped you guys in some respects. I mean, I couldn't just go anywhere. Bikes were limited instead of couldn't go maroons or anything. I don't know. I think if we played on like a fairly open table like you see, I wouldn't have a chance. I mean, it's just too much flag shooting.
Even there, like, Chaos, my forces absorbed your, like, heavy hitters, while the Tau could just, like, rampage unchecked throughout the rest of the game.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically just bouncing. It's just like, hey, let's see some ID, get out of here.
My army took 25% casualties in the entire game.
Yeah.
I had 5 models left on the board.
There was a point of realization for me at turn 2 or 3 where I, like, peek around the big fucking building, and I'm like, he still has his whole army. I've killed like one thing.
The Reptile like fucked off due to luck. Like, it's like,
yeah.
oh no.
Which is funny because he was like glorious up until that point.
Yeah, I lost prowess. I lost 5 models in addition to the Riptide.
Yeah, so I mean, if you guys could change anything in your list, Cleary.
I don't know, maybe the Warp Talons, but they were pretty like
they did okay.
Fun to use. I know
they were a good speed bump in some regards.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Like
it cuts both ways though because you have so much Tau waiting to shoot. So it's kind
of actually the Chosen really they're like a lot of points for not better than Plague Marines.
Floods, no feel, no pain.
Yeah, like feel no pain is.
They're really all about I find like shooty weirdness. Like
yeah,
a plasma melter or something. Something fun. I can't believe they can't infiltrate anymore. That's so
like they can do like they did do pretty well. Like they went in, killed like some burn boys, killed a truck, killed like the cans, and then killed the Ludas.
What was your trade again?
Huh?
Your ruler trait?
Oh, it was Scorelord.
Right, yeah. So
died.
Didn't really work
out.
He
died.
Both mine were Scorelord.
Yeah.
Saw how that went. So
mine was Conqueror of Cities, and I had to make a cover save once.
Oh, you passed it though because
yes.
I
rolled a 3.
Bad habit from Marines where I just assume every like dude I have on a bike is like a 2+ armor saving monster, and it's not the case. So.
I don't know, like 5 strength 10 attacks, toughness 6 is pretty good.
Not bad.
Makes some charge.
The 4+ save that.
That's why you have to have Gazzy in front for the slingshot. You like slingshot them.
What would you change your list?
Remembered your weapons.
Yeah, I actually had a different army list when I came here.
It's worth pointing out we said there wasn't any Forge Roll, and there like was. We totally forgot. So you had the XP9s, but
yeah, because I had a different army list that had no Forge World, but I realized I forgot all of my magnetized weapons at home, so I had to use the same list I used in my last game, which had Forge World in it. So I don't know what else that changes. I don't know how old my other list
had your striking and initiative strength 10 guy instead, since Forge World was in fact allowed.
No.
Because he's...
We only had to allow Forge World because I screwed up and forgot my damn weapons.
I do think I'd have a chance with some of the Forge World units.
Yeah.
Like AP3 flamers on fucking fast moving vehicles, like, you know, Eldrakes and
those would just...
The copters that are transported.
Also, failed to mention, like, even though we were playing 3,000 points, like... I didn't take my Warhound. We didn't like force like APOC bullshit down on everyone just because of the points limit.
You know, 7th edition is coming, and you're gonna have to get with the picture, Mister.
Yeah, until
mandatory APOC every game.
I don't know. Some faggot on Ball said that, so
yeah.
It's worth pointing out. I say that meaning he's a pile of wood for burning.
Yeah.
That's all. I am actually tolerant of gay people.
Puritan for.
One of your best friends is gay.
Best friend's gay, yeah. But I'm sure we'll get internet hate anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Closing thoughts, starting with Cleary.
Oh no, not too much. Like, I don't like being a speed bump.
It worked though. I mean, it worked well.
Yeah.
You were the buffer. You were the Oreo keeping me from the gooey white center.
Well, no one likes buffering times on the internet.
But that's what your army's good at. If you got me to buffer and you to shoot, we wouldn't have been nearly as effective.
The whole list is just like, I'm standing here, you can't go through here.
Yeah.
Which, again, if we didn't play terrain the way we did, it would be kind of meaningless. It'd be like, I'll just phase through this.
I'll just take triple Helldrake. Quad with allies.
Yeah. Allies are so sick.
Yeah, 20 Helldrake pictures in the Chaos Space Marine book. Like, hinting at something there.
I think the only reason we still play this game is we have all this shit. I swear to God.
I like reading the Dan Net books.
Whatever, we'll be playing Drop Zone in 6 months anyway. Anyway, we're very optimistic about 40k, as you can see. Lutnet, closing thoughts?
Went as expected. Orks are really dated codex, and against the just insane amount of shooting that Farsight Enclave can put out, I kind of expected.
I made a lot of bullshit saves.
To get vaporized fast. Yeah. It took me 2 full turns with almost my entire army to kill that one squad of knobs.
Well,
just because you can't make it in those
they are on
damn cover
steroids,
saves.
So. And Crabblesworth, what's your final thought of the game? Well, thank you, Crabblesworth. I don't know. I my later game kind of sucked, but like we've been playing this game for the better part of 8 hours.
Indeed.
It's like what 2 in the morning.
2:15 or
It's fucking
something.
late. So I think I was doing okay. I just
2:30.
Jesus,
yeah.
2:30.
I lost focus in the end, and I overextended for no real reason. But I haven't played Orcs in a while either. So part of it was just the giddy joy of
I think
like
you need
bloodlust.
to take more flash kits.
I'm playing them tomorrow actually against Nids, so hopefully that
Oh man, you can show your dominance as a power book against.
If I ruffle stop Nids, like it's
Man, you just charge them with your like grots. You kill them in combat. That's like new Nids.
I guess I'll be writing the next like guest fucking article on balls.
Yeah, man. Like they can take any. Like any hack can write on balls.
Anyway, if we learned anything from this is that like terrain movement can still matter.
Except when you're
still
Tau,
matter.
because you ignore all of that.
At least you can stay out of line of sight from them. You can try and mitigate. But anyway, thank you for watching and have a wonderful period of time.
Oh my god, my eyes.
See the heat.